Greenville, North Carolina housing market in October 2023.
We are so excited to talk about this. I'm going to jump right into the numbers today, which is crazy, right? So basically, we want to give you this information. The month just ended. So when we look at what happened in Greenville, we saw 150 active homes. We had 88 pending homes, which means houses under contract, and 102 just sold homes. Now, if we look at all of that, active plus pending is 238, divided by the inventory, which is the 102, which gives us a number of 2.33, which gives us a down and dirty number of what is going on in the housing market right now. Because what does that 2.33 mean?
A month inventory?
Yeah, a monthly inventory. Exactly. Want to give us the information from the month before
my
that?
wife jumped too much in real estate as a real estate agent. For you as a home buyer, really, we wanted to talk about the inventory. No?
Absolutely.
And this is one of the big factors that we wanted to talk about what the market has to offer. And the month of September, as my wife said, just we finished it, we had 2.33 months of inventory.
Now, we're going to get into what happened in August, the month prior to that, and then, of course, last year. But first, let us go through our introduction so you can see who we are and then see all this information that we're about to give you. Hi, this is Alan Fiedler. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Honestly, contact us all the time at 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Do not be shy. Also, don't forget our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. We put lots of information in there for you to digest. Now, let's get back into what happened the month before just happened.
Exactly. A month before that, in August, basically, we had 137 homes active. 125 of them, they went under the contract, and 102 was sold.
Interesting. Same number as last month. So 102.
And then basically we came up with the number 2.57 months of the inventory, which is actually higher than the months of September.
Right, so that's interesting. So September was a little hotter than August. Now, if we look at last year, last September, just to give us some more data, what happened there?
Last year, basically, we had 153 homes active and 86 homes went under the contract and 99 homes sold, which brings us to the number 2.41 months of inventory.
Which is really interesting because people tell us, oh, interest rates are super high. So what, prices are increasing as well. So we actually see from last year to this year, just as a long-term thing, even though interest rates were much lower last year, we had the same, we had actually a faster supply around here right now. More homes sold, and it's a little faster than last year, which I find really interesting. Now, let's talk about days on the market.
Our inventory respect the last year really 3.32% decrease. And let's look at the more factors that affect it, not just the inventory. Actually, as my wife said, how fast the market is moving. And saying that in September we just finished, 71 days in average took the house sold. When we were talking about is including the brand new homes, we're talking about the homes in $100,000 or the house in $1 million. Therefore, this is the average of all types of the homes.
And a caveat with that is new construction, when it comes to market, is going to be very, very... what happens is that they can put it in dirt and it's going to take 7 to 8 months, 12 months to build that home. So it's going to stay on the market longer. So therefore, you're going to get some longer wait times with newer construction. With all of that, compared to the month before, there was only 39 days on the market. So you can see the days on market almost doubled in a month.
And then last year at this time, it was 14 days. That it tells us actually the market got slower, but again, this affected the many factors.
So more homes are being sold, and more buyers are out there, but it did take a little longer to sell those homes. Now, when we look at like the median list price.
Exactly. This is what the basically sellers wishing for, no?
Right.
And in the months of September, where it just passed, 279,900 was a median list price.
Right. Whereas the month before that, it was 288,740. So now we're going to compare that to actual sales price data because that's different. But you can see sellers kind of understood the market has shifted a little bit and kind of put their prices down a little bit in their homes. That doesn't mean it actually sells for that, but it is what's happening is people are being more realistic. Whereas compared to last year,
was 295, 500, which is much more higher.
You might think bargain sellers are being more realistic. That's great. But if we actually look at the sales price data, this gives us a different story. This is where more appreciation comes into effect. So actual median sales price for all homes, so the market that just happened and just finished was $267,500. What was it the month before that?
The month before was 250, 250.
Oh, wow. And then what about last year at this time?
And last year, this time was 254,000.
Wait, so if you look at year-over-year average, there was actually an appreciation of 5.31% from last year. So if you own a home...
Not appreciation, I mean, lease sale price.
Actual sales prices increased by over 5% from last year.
And then if you're looking at the median list price, actually we went 5.2% lower than last year. Therefore, as my wife said, even market got slower, but still you don't see very obviously in the numbers.
Now, we're going to give you some down and dirty numbers now on how much your home might be worth based on everything, based on single family home. Are you looking at new construction, or are you sitting in your home and it's a pre-owned home because you live in it already? So if you're looking at this as a seller and you own and you're looking at it for pre-owned homes, obviously, for all homes from shacks to mansions, and then townhomes, condos, everything. That's $138 a square foot. What about new construction?
And for the basically all new, which is including townhomes, condos, and single-family home, was $167 a square foot.
Now, if you're looking at just pre-owned, you're sitting in a single-family home and you own it already, you're looking at $147 per square foot.
And if it's new, single-family new, $168.
Now, these are also rough and dirty estimates based on numbers we see in the markets happening right now, with all the numbers we just talked about. I will say, though, that good homes still sell and they sell fast. So the better your house is staged, the better your house is, of course, the more money you're going to get for the home. Now, with that said, there were 9 price reductions last month,
which is 80% more than the previous months in months of August. Now, we wanted to talk about active homes, and we've been talking about inventory rate. But if you're looking more details and what is the monthly supply is, because that determines if it's buyer's market or the seller's market.
And we're definitely still in a seller's market here.
Still.
Absolutely. Now, so for September, or this just happened, because obviously October 1st, I don't have a crystal ball to tell you what's happening October 15th at the filming of October 1st, but I can say what just happened, and I can tell you that new construction was 2 months of supply in the market, whereas previously owned homes was only 0.8 months in the hot market. So which brings us to a total of 1 month supply, but really the supply is in new construction.
And if you wanted to go really to a normal market, we need at least 4 to 6 months of supply that actually meet all the needs of the home buyers.
What
in
about
the
last
area.
year?
And the last year, last month.
Yeah.
Last month we had a very similar situation. 2.1 months basically for brand new, 0.8 months for the pre-owned home, and total 1 month. Therefore, really, we didn't change anything in the monthly supply inventory.
Now, when we look at the mean home value, why do we look at mean?
We are looking because it's averaged over the whole spectrum of the home.
So it's weighted.
It's weighted, exactly.
Okay, so the weighted value, the value is 230, 115 for all homes, all home types, everything. Now, what about August?
In August, basically, was 227.93.
And what about last year?
And last year was 215.427.
Which means there was a year-over-year change of 6.8%. Now, why is that significant?
6.68% is appreciation that we had.
Which is, if you're looking to say what's going on with the market, we can see prices are still going up and interest rates are still going up. These are the 2 factors that buyers are facing, but we can't help that houses are worth more. We can see it in the data all the time. So we're not lying. We're giving you the data. Now, let's talk about rent.
Exactly. The rent is still, the market is warm market, $1,400 for the median. And look, this is the median.
Right, and if you're paying $1,400,
we had the rent max of $4,500 also in the Greenville. But we were talking about really median from all the bedrooms.
And if you're paying $1,400 a month, we should definitely be talking about getting you a starter home because you're already paying a lot, so might as well pay yourself by owning a home instead of just sitting around. And no matter what is happening with the interest rates, you should be paying yourself, having a place for when you get older, earning inventory, earning appreciation, all of that fun stuff. Now, what
we wanted to talk is basically is a recommendation because we throw at you a lot of numbers, no?
Okay.
And mostly as maybe as bread and butter of the real estate agent when they're talking about, but really if we simply wanted to talk about, first, as you know, you need to observe the market. And what is the market?
Well, we see that actually inventory rate has decreased, which means people are staying in their homes. It's decreased by 3.32%.
Means that there is no enough homes for people.
Right. So when you do find a home, you need to be ready to move on that home. So you need to be pre-approved. You need to have the cash in your pocket. You need to be ready for it because we have to prove.
Some finance ready for you. Therefore,
Right.
it's so good that you be proactive when you are looking at the homes and you wanted to shop. Also talk to a mortgage worker at the same time because that's going to save you time and money. Oh, yes.
Next thing I want to talk about is pricing of these homes. Median sales price is increasing. Median list price is increasing. So you still see that people are getting full price on their homes. So don't come in expecting you're going to get some sort of major bargain out there and be able to walk in and say $30,000 under ask price because that's not realistic in this market. It's not happening right now.
And exactly.
At the filming of this video, I do not know what the future holds, as I said, but at the filming of this video, it's not realistic.
Exactly, and be actually ready for quick action, no?
Yeah.
Because if that is the home that you want and is moving ready, that's why you need to be ready and act upon it.
Next thing we're going to talk about is new construction.
New construction.
Okay, so I really consider new construction. It might not have the backyard that you want. I mean, it might not have the fence of the backyard you want. It might have a backyard, but you're going to have to put the fence up. So really, they come in a variety of options. You can get lower price points. Sometimes new construction comes with if you use their lender, you get I can tell you a lender right now, if you're willing to move to Aiden, where they're going to give you 4.99% interest rate and $10,000 for closing costs, which I cannot get you when you're going to go to look at a pre-owned home. Yes, you have to be willing to buy one of those homes that are available. I'm just giving you this. So really think mathematically, is new construction something you want in your house right now?
And as you saw, based on the number of the monthly supply, we still have 2 months of the brand new construction in Greenville versus the pre-owned home. We just have 0.8. Therefore, still you have a better chance in getting a new construction with all the benefits that the new construction has, including
also
warranty.
pay attention to, last thing we're going to talk about is pay attention to those home values, because buying a home is a long-term investment. Yes, people say wait but then they're telling you to wait to your own detriment, because houses are still increasing in prices. Nobody's saying that sellers are going to sell their homes for bargain basement prices if they have paid all their mortgages on time. They're living in their homes, they're taking care of their homes. Why should they sell it cheaper than what the market is? Because we're seeing right now that home values continue to go increasing. More people are staying in their homes longer, and the home values are continue to go up.
6.8% means even now you take an action. Next year you have the money in your pocket,
and you'll be one of those people who are taking care of their home, making sure that you're pocketing a higher appreciation.
Exactly. Next thing we wanted to talk about recommendation for the sellers.
Oh, okay. So really, timing and pricing of the market. Obviously, Christmas is not necessarily the best time to sell your home. Just to give you out there, October, November, you're still okay. People like to look at homes. Make sure that it's a good time to sell for you, and you're not competing with all those people who must be in there right now at a certain time. So it's always good to look at what's going on in the market,
pricing it correctly,
and price it correctly.
And then the next thing is home presentation, which is one of my wife interest that she always talking about, the staging, enhancing your appeal to your home. No,
absolutely. The better looking the home, the better the looking it is, the more you're going to get in your pocket for it. So it's always a good thing. Next thing we're going to talk about, my husband likes to talk about, is absorption rate. Understanding how fast your home is going to sell is super important for you to understand when we're going to sell your home. So if you want a quick close, and it takes typically 30 days to close on a home, you have to understand what is happening in the market, and that's if everything is perfect in the home and it sells right away.
Exactly. And then, as my wife said before, pay attention to the price detailing and price your home very competitively based off the home that it's sold. And that is one of the real estate agent job to help you to figure out that.
Okay, last thing we want to say is we're so grateful that you're here with us. We love giving you all this information, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.
And thank you for being a good audience. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a comment. And we love to connect with you. See you in next podcast and video.